Welcome inside Studio 21. This segment is going to talk about baseball truths and baseball common sense. So let's jump into my Blackboard right now. The mission statement: educate and promote thinking in a pure baseball sense. That's what we're going to be about. Today's lesson's on DRS, defensive runs saved, and in its current state, I think it compares apples to oranges. It's not fair to either one of them. Therefore, it's going to defy some baseball common sense, and once again, it's going to prove that it's flawed. Even the supporters of defensive metrics have an opinion on this, that it might be flawed a little bit. So, here's some verbiage that you can read through. I'm going to give you the short note of this. Nowhere in here is it going to discuss an actual defensive run saved or a run prevented. It's not going to happen. Not a real number. This is a real number, though. 3 hits and 10 at-bats is a .300 batting average. Some are going to argue its importance in this game. I'm not. 1 error in 100 chances, .990 fielding percentage. Once again, some will argue its importance, but it's a factual, real number that you can grab and hold. Now, let's look at the top DRS by position in 2016. DRS is on to something here. This is a good squad of defenders. Pitchers would love standing on that bump with this squad around them. Now, let's point out some things. 189 chances, 273, 361 around the outfield. Think about that for a minute, because look at these boys. This is an awful lot of chances going on, which tells me the majority of the baseball game is played where? In the infield. Now, these guys are doing this an awful lot every single game because there are a lot of pitches thrown every single game. Go to a baseball game this year. Please, sit in the stands. Put your sights on the infield. You know why? Because this is where most of the game is being played, which also tells me there should be more importance and more defensive responsibility placed on actual infielders. Right? Don't put a big guy who can't play first over at first, because you won't see plays like this or like this one. This is nice. When Brandon Crawford goes up the middle to make a play like this, isn't it nice to see that first baseman pick it clean like that? Yes. When outfielders do get to play, you guessed it, there's got to be an infielder and a catcher that help them out to record an out. And this one could be a little bit of a kicker for me in the defensive run saved category. This doesn't count as a defensive run saved. It certainly looked like one to me. But anyway, we've established these guys get a lot of chances, not so many. Here's my big problem at the end result. 19 defensive runs saved, 25 defensive runs saved, 32 defensive runs saved. How do you have that many defensive runs saved without handling the baseball that much? And let's zoom in over here. This implies, the way I read it, Mookie Betts is 3 times as valuable as a defender as Anthony Rizzo. I have a hard time with this. Spin it forward, your top 3 outfielders in baseball in 2016, 76 DRS. My catcher and 4 infielders, only at 74 defensive runs saved. This defies baseball truth to me and common sense. Now, I understand what we're trying to accomplish with DRS. Is there a better way to measure defenders? I think there is. Tell me Mookie Betts is 20% better than every other right fielder, but you cannot compare an outfielder to any infielder or any catcher in the defensive world. I just can't buy it.